So there, on page 55, there's this fabulous stamp set called Phrases for All. And when I looked at it at first, I thought it's just so plain and so simple, right? But it's really kind of amazing. So, and it is photopolymer, 12 stamps. So this is the annual Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog, page 55. And the card we're gonna do first is, I had said to have a card base that's 4 1/4 by 11, right? And hey, I was gonna tell you too, I know you have a wedding going on and stuff, but you know that this month is bonus days, right? So for every $50, you get a $5 coupon to use next month. And as a demonstrator, it's kind of a sweet deal because you can use them towards the pre-order from the September through December new mini that's coming. So there's our card base. And then I had said to cut a strip of paper that measures 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and 2 pieces that are 1 inch by 5 1/4. Okay. So for this particular card, our layout is going to look like this. I do have an insert cut because my card base is Native Navy and it's dark, so you wouldn't see our sentiment otherwise. And as what I did is I set up my Stamparatus, even though we don't sell them anymore. I love this thing. I do have another one from Spellbinders that's really quite nice too. So, and you can still get that one. But this is our little piece that was 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. And I'm just going to set it up in my pencil marked area with my magnets. And I want to get out my Native Navy because that matches my papers. And I'm just going to stamp it down. And you'll see why in just a minute. So these are, oh, and of course that's stamped beautifully. But let's try the next one and see if we get the same thing. Usually when they're bold like that, you sometimes have to stamp them twice to get the nice dark image, right? That's what I'm talking about. So now, because I did use the Stamparatus, I get a second chance at making that nice and bold, like that. Okay. So on our insert, in this Phrases for All, you get the big sentiments, right? But then you get all these really nice little sentiments too. And I really love the, for the thank you. This one says, "You're all kinds of amazing." And I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people that I think are all kinds of amazing. So being I'm stamping, I'm just going to stamp our second card with the same thing. So you get that cute little font. All right. So now I'm going to take that thank you, and I'm just going to glue that little strip I had you cut that was a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. I'm going to glue that down to the bottom of my, at the bottom of my sentiment here. And I like to do this before I put it on our next piece, because as you can see, I was really close, like a 32nd of an inch, but it wasn't perfect. So that gives me the opportunity to snip it a little bit to put it on. Then we're just going to adhere this. And this was our cardstock piece that measured 3 inches by 2.5. So it's just a 1/4 of an inch bigger than our white piece. Put that on. And then we bring in, of course we do, dimensionals. Oops, I kind of got ahead of myself a little bit. We have to glue these down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use liquid glue on these. And the reason being is it gives me just that quick little moment to be able to line it up just like I want it before pressing it down. And then as you've seen me do before, whenever there's 3 or 4 pieces or however many going vertical or horizontal on the card, I like to do the outside one and then the other outside. And that gives me a better chance of having an equal border on each side of this one when I put it in between. So just like that. Okay. We can take our adhesive and put our inside sentiment in our card. And then we're going to take this little piece and put it across just like that. So that's it. But now it's what I wanted to show you, and I know that you have seen this, but for the sake of video, I'm just going to add some Stamp and Seal on the flap of my envelope. Push it down. And using my flap as the cutting guide, I'm just going to cut off my extra. And then I get a fun matching envelope. So that's that. And then I wanted to show you what it looks like when you do the reverse. So all I did was cut. You can see I just cut basically the same paper, but I just reversed the papers, and now I'm using a lighter color, the Bubble Bath cardstock. So I have this scored at 5.5. So I'll match up my edges. Add my inside sentiment. Do this again onto my rectangle. Add my vertical strips. And this time you can see that I've got they look like tulips to me. So this one we had the diamond or the triangles. And this one we're gonna have a darker background. So we'll take our other 1-inch strip. And they're just gonna be the reverse of each other, or opposites. I have one more set of cards to show you too once we're done. So on the 30th of July, I'm going to Medina to the Stamp Share for Leaders. They were chosen for the 35 for 35. It's Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary, and they're sending their top execs out to 35 events. And the Stamp Share for Leaders group was chosen. So Sarah Douglas is coming to Medina on July 30th, which should be pretty fun. And I'm working the event so that my team members, if they would like to join the fun, they are able to come too.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it should be a really good time. So now this one, I'm just going to put on like this. And that's really kind of it. And then this one, of course, has a dark envelope. So they're just same papers, just laid out a little bit different. They're quick, they're easy, but I really like the look. And the layout is super fun and super quick. Let me show you another one I did with the same paper. Hopefully last month you got in on the Designer Series paper sale. And in there was that Delightfully Eclectic, the really big pack of paper. So that pack works great for these cards. So I did the same thing, only instead of horizontal, with the sentiment or the focal piece, I put it in a vertical and was able to use the With All My Heart. And then on the inside, this sentiment is adorable, sending hugs and love when words aren't enough. So this is the fresh freesia, and then this is the basic black card base. So that is this month's mystery stamp.
I love it. It is a great layout.
Yeah. It is
And I
quite
like it
fun.
with just the bold sentiment.
I know, isn't it good? And it's what I was hoping to do today, was to get another one put together that uses this big happy birthday. Because I love the inside, the confetti, it says happy birthday, confetti and cake for your happy day. And then on this congrats, it says, let's pop some bubbly. I like the sentiments. So
Right.
anyway, that is an introduction to Phrases for All. The next mystery stamping date is going to be the second Wednesday. It's always the second Wednesday of the month, August 9th at 7 p.m. Central Time.